Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming back to check out this episode titled, What If I Sell My Home, but I'm Not Able to Find a New One to Buy? A very common question, something I want to tackle today, especially in a busy real estate market. This is a super common question where there are more sellers than buyers, or there's more buyers than sellers. In our scenario that we're talking about here, if there are very few homes on the market, and you sell your home, you're going to get a great price for it. But if you are buying a home, you're going to have fewer options, right? So this is also, quite honestly, a good question for a seller to be asking. Make sure your real estate agent has a good answer for this question. What if I sell my home, but I can't find a new one? Make sure they have a good answer. And if they don't, honestly, find a new agent. There's one main, most common way to make sure you do not sell your home without having a new one and end up homeless. Make your sale contingent on you finding a suitable replacement home. In other words, you will not officially sell your home without having found a new one to move to move into. Now, in the scenario where you make your sale contingent on you finding a new home, all that means is written into the contract itself is, yes, we will sell our home to you, but you cannot officially close or sign all the documents and move in until we have found a house that we want to buy, go under contract, and we have a house that we can move into, right? So that's what a contingency means. Now, in that scenario, the buyer is going to respond with one of three options, right? So if you are the seller and you say, okay, great, we love your offer, but we're going to make it contingent on us finding a replacement home, the buyer can respond in three ways. They might just say no and not agree to the contingency. Remember, everything's negotiated. Two, they may agree to the contingency, but give a deadline to your new search, meaning they could say, yes, we agree for you to find a new replacement home. But if you haven't found a home in 30 days or however long they choose, then your sale contract will automatically be terminated. What that means is, yes, we agree to the terms. Everybody signs the contract. It's official. We have 30 days from today, seller, to find and go under contract on a new home. If we don't do that within 30 days, then the contract we have with the buyer will just terminate and you will go back on market, seller, and try to sell to somebody else. That's what that means, is the buyer could do that for protection. Or three, they could agree to an open-ended contingency, meaning you literally can take as long as you need to find a new place. In all honesty, if number three happens, the buyer, unfortunately for them, does not have a good real estate agent representing them. Number three, an open-ended contingency could literally mean we agree that we want to buy your house, and we agree, seller, that you can take as long as you need to find a new home. It could literally take 10 years, and they cannot get out of that contract, right? There are ways for them to get around it, but from a legal perspective and a contractual perspective, they don't have a way to get out, right? It would be very bad if if a buyer agreed to an open-ended contingency, but it does happen. So the most important way, try for a contingency. If you're selling your home, try to say to the buyer, we need a contingency to find a replacement home before we sell you this. Hopefully, if you have a good agent and the buyer has a good agent, you can figure that out. Another protection for you is to ask for what we call a rent back from the buyer once you sell your home. For example, you sell your home on May 15th, but the buyer has already agreed to allow you to rent back from this new owner for up to 90 days so you can find a new home. The rent you would owe is typically determined by the amount of the new owner's mortgage divided by 30. That's the daily rental rate. All that means is you've now officially exchanged hands. This new buyer is now the owner of your home as of May 15th, but they've given you 90 days from that day to quote unquote rent back from them, because now they're the owner and you pay them rent back from them, which gives you extra time to go find a home. So bottom line, there are multiple ways to protect you from selling without having found a new home to buy. Most importantly, make sure you have a really good real estate agent who understands how to get creative to protect you. You want to make sure you've got a great agent representing you. As in all matters real estate, a good agent is your best protection. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight that if you ask the question, what if I sell my home, I can't find a new one? There are ways that we can protect you. That's a good question to ask. That's an important question to ask, but there are ways that a great agent can protect you from ever running into problems. Reach out to us, maroongroupva.com. We'd love to help you in any way we can. Thanks so much for tuning in, and good luck on your home search and your home sale.